Is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
And welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in today. So much going on. Glad you could stop by and catch some of it. And speaking of catching, baseball playoffs are pretty amazing.
Yeah, they won yesterday.
The Rays.
Yeah.
That's the team here in Tampa Bay, in case you're wondering. Yeah, it's the level of play is pretty good if you're a baseball fan. Yeah, I like baseball. Some people find it boring. I don't know.
I feel like it's a little slow. I feel like maybe because I do hockey games, like for the Lightning, that me doing a baseball or transitioning to that would be slower. So
hockey is.
I like
fast.
going to the events. I'll go to any sporting event as long as I'm there in person. I'm just not one to watch them on TV.
No,
Yeah.
Katie went to a Bucks game and left after the
Yeah, well, it was raining.
Was it? I can't
No,
remember
it
that.
was too hot.
Oh, it was too hot. That's what it was. I knew it was some weather issue.
She was like, oh, I already left. I was like, there's no way you actually left.
There
too
was
hot.
people like passing out left and right there. This Florida heat is unreal.
Drinking beer,
Yeah. I didn't do that.
Screaming and yelling and carrying on. It
was hot.
It's
but
close quarters. I can see why she went home.
It was hot. I loved it.
But baseball season is in play. The end of the playoffs, that is. So if you're a fan, I know St. Louis and Tampa Bay and all these teams are, they're all in the thick of it.
I didn't even know we were in playoffs.
Yeah, I know. You're out into other stuff. I haven't watched any football. I haven't watched any baseball, hardly at all, because of my schedule and what I'm doing.
You're busy.
I am.
You're really busy.
I know. It's ridiculous.
You sleep?
A little bit.
As long as you're sleeping and eating.
Absolutely.
Good.
We're good. So there's a couple of things we're going to talk about. Charlotte Trass is on today. She's really cool. Charlotte is she's the kind of person, you would want to work with at work. I
agree.
She
Great energy.
You took the words right out of my mouth. She has a great vibe about her. Something just so I don't know, genuine. She just, I don't know. It's you'll see. She's smart. She's smart. She knows what she's talking about. That makes it a little easier for me, and better for you too. And there are a couple stories that are trending here. Both are interesting in their own way. I don't want to bias you. The first story that it's really trending heavy, big time, deals with a drug. It's an antipsychotic drug. And the drug is intended. It's called Risperdal. And Johnson & Johnson, a subsidiary of it, makes the drug. Well, Philadelphia jury found that a subsidiary downplayed the risks that this antipsychotic drug could lead to, I'm not making this up, breast growth in boys. The jury on Tuesday hit Johnson & Johnson with an $8 billion, with a B, verdict. They had previously settled on compensatory damages. My memory serves me, it was close to $700,000, $600 and some thousand dollars. These are punitive damages. Punitive damages are intended to punish the defendant in the case, so that they don't do it anymore. $8 billion verdict over its marketing, the way they marketed this antipsychotic drug, Risperdal. They sided with this Maryland man who argued that the healthcare giant did not really tell the whole truth or otherwise downplayed the risks associated with the drug, and primarily the risk that it could lead to the breast growth in boys. The verdict in the Philadelphia Court of Common Pleas was first to award punitive damages against Janssen Pharmaceuticals, a Johnson & Johnson subsidiary. But I was right. Compensatory damages were $680,000. I was close. $680,000. The plaintiff, Nicholas Murray, sued the company back in 2013. He said that he grew breasts, a condition known as gynecomastia. This gynecomastia is not very common, but it's not necessarily all that uncommon either. He began using of this drug, Risperdal, back in 2003. He was 9 years old at the time, and he had autism. He has autism, and they wanted to treat the autism with this drug. It's an antipsychotic drug. So the lawsuit that was filed against Janssen, the subsidiary of Johnson & Johnson, they accused Janssen of failing to warn doctors about Risperdal's risks while improperly marketing it at the same time as a treatment for certain mental and health disorders in children. I haven't talked to my daughter about this. My daughter works in the pharmaceutical industry. If you listen to the show, you probably know that. I can't tell you the company, but I'll have to ask her about this. She's a virologist. She has a microbiologist as well. And she has her PhD in virology. But nevertheless, this jury in the New York Times, they said this jury resoundingly, I guess so, $8 billion, told Johnson & Johnson that its actions were deliberate and malicious. Quote, the conduct that the jury saw, according to a statement by Jansen Itkin, one of Mr. Murray's lawyers, Mr. Itkin said, quote, the conduct that the jury saw in the courtroom was clear and convincing that J&J disregarded the safety of the most vulnerable children. This is an important moment, not only for this litigation, but for J&J, which is a company that has lost its way, close quote. These pharmaceutical companies, I remember my first close contact with a pharmaceutical company. At the time I was working as a trial and jury consultant. I used to do that work, and I was representing I was working for a pharmaceutical company, a big one. And I remember the first meeting we had to discuss the case. They were talking in terms of hundreds of millions of dollars like it was pocket change. I walked out of that meeting. I was stunned. I had never participated in such a meeting. I didn't understand. I didn't really have a grasp of the kind of money that's involved with these companies. It was like hundreds of millions of dollars, and it was like, I couldn't believe it. So this $8 billion verdict, that's a lot of money, but I don't know how much that is to Johnson & Johnson, but to you and me, I mean, that's ridiculous. I guess this is going to be appealed. It'll probably be scaled down.
Yeah.
But Johnson & Johnson brought in nearly, are you ready? Listen to me. Listen to this number. $82 billion. First of all, try to think about how much is $82 billion. That's how much they made for products like the prescription drugs, medical devices, contact lenses, and whatever. Tylenol, Motrin, they sell Band-Aids. They made $82 billion. $82 billion. No, I thought it was a typo. No, it's not.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. It's me, your immune system. I'm always hard at work defending you against the many disease-causing viruses and bacteria that you are exposed to every day. But sometimes I need help to defeat the bad bugs. Luckily, our friends at Kyolic have come to the rescue. Kyolic has 2 super immune-enhancing supplements, Kyolic Immune Formula 103 and Kyo Green Harvest Blend Immune Defense. Kyo Green Harvest Blend is a power-packed blend of organic and naturally sourced grasses, ancient grains, fruits, veggies, herbal extracts, and spirulina in a fast-dissolving drink mix for a quick and easy way to support immunity. Kyolic Immune Formula 103 combines immune-boosting nutrients with aged garlic extract. Aged garlic extract has been clinically shown to support a healthy immune response and reduce both the duration and severity of cold and flu symptoms. Help me protect you with Kyolic supplements and nutritional drink mixes to fortify your immune health today. Available at fine natural health retailers.
The science of psychology tells us there is a connection between looking more attractive and having more self-confidence. One way to look more attractive is to have healthy-looking hair. Ridgecrest Herbal's award-winning Hair Revive can support healthy, attractive hair. Hair Revive is formulated with a stress-fighting complex, hair growth ingredients, a hormone balancing complex, and Chinese herbs. Taken together, the ingredients in Hair Revive promote hair growth, encourage healthier, thicker-looking hair, and support recovery from damaging hairstyling techniques, harsh chemicals, and daily stress. So start looking more attractive with healthier, thicker, and shinier hair with Ridgecrest Herbal's Hair Revive. Visit rcherbals.com for more information or call 1-800-242-4649 and mention this ad. That's 1-800-242-4649. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. And you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Ridgecrest Herbals, take your health to a higher elevation. Ancient Nutrition, nutrition for a modern world. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarro Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. I'm still trying to wrap my head around $82 billion. Oh,
Me
my
too.
God. That's so much money they made. Nevertheless, there's a couple of other stories trending that are of, they're interesting. They may give us some insight into our minds and our hearts. You'll see what I mean. So it turns out there was a psychologist by the name of David Premack. David Premack was famous in his time. He really was popular back in the 70s. And Dr. Premack had a theory. It was called theory of mind. And what theory of mind is, where you're able to describe a person's ability. The theory describes a person's ability to attribute mental states and intentions to another person. The phrase appeared in the works of Dr. Premack in the 70s, as I said, and when he examined the behavior of a chimp. And maybe some of you remember this, and her name was Sarah. Now, back then, I was still going to school, and I wasn't in graduate school yet. I don't think when that theory came up. He did experiments that help us conceptualize this theory of mind, and conceptualize the theory of mind in chimps. This was 4 decades ago. And the scientific community to this day has still debated. It's up in the air. And the question is, they're connected to us in some biological way. We could consider them relatives. Some people would object to me saying that, but do these evolutionary, as it was said in the New York Times, evolutionary relatives have a theory of mind? So that's the setup for this. Currently, this has come up again, and there was a pretty clever experiment. By the way, I want to give credit to Anna Sandui. She writer for the New York Times for Medical News Today. And in this experiment, they had them, these great apes were able to tell, really, I'm serious now, when others have false beliefs. And they could predict another agent's actions by using their own supposed theory of mind, an ability that some scientists, researchers believe share with humans. We do this all the time. There's another theory called attribution theory, where we attribute or try to explain others' behaviors. Attribution theory, that theory is very well regarded, and I'm a big fan. This is sort of related to that in a way. So when we see a person in need and we can anticipate their call for help, the idea is we use our own theory of mind. When somebody's trying to deceive us or lie to us, it's our theory of mind that allows us to expose the other's, how can we say, deceitful intentions, right? That's what this theory is all about. Although the first experiments helped conceptualize that theory in chimps, as I said, 4 decades ago, they're still debating it. Are chimps able to anticipate another's actions based on simple behavior rules? Can they do that? Or do they genuinely Do they understand the agent's state of mind? Now, some people are going to object to this whole idea. They're going to say, they are galaxies away from us. But the truth be told, go to the Encyclopedia Britannica or some other source and start reading about evolution, the great apes, and where we fit into all of that scheme. And I'm telling you, and you just can't dismiss it. So in other words, these apes, these observing apes, base their predictions on external rules they have noticed to guide a person's behavior, or do they have a more intimate understanding, they said in the article, of the agent's internal mental state? Can they sense it? Can they read it? So they did these experiments. It was Dr. Kano and from the Kumamoto Sanctuary and Primate Research Institute in Kyoto University in Japan, with other researchers, international researchers. So at the end of the day, what they did was the apes watched a movie in which an ape-like human hid an object from another human. That's what we'd call the agent in the experiment. As the apes were watching the film, the researchers tracked and measured the length of the animal's gaze using an eye-tracking device. The lead researcher explains, quote, "We initially created a movie based on an established psychological test, especially exciting for apes, and combined this with eye-tracking technology to record gaze patterns indicating anticipation of the agent's behavior based on an understanding of the agent's false belief. In the movie, an ape-like person hides and changes the location of an object several times behind the agent's back. I'll tell you what the ultimate aim of the experiment was and what the outcome was. It was amazing." Yeah, the apes.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves nationwide. Hemp-derived cannabidiol, or CBD, has been receiving a lot of attention for its tremendous promise on human health. Plus, CBD Oil by CV Sciences is the trusted brand setting the standards in this newly emerging category of plant-based extracts, offering a variety of hemp-derived CBD oil products that you can count on. In order to make the highest quality CBD oil products available, it is important to manage every step of the supply chain process, from seed to shelf. That's why, from harvesting our EU-certified hemp seeds, to laboratory testing for quality and safety, to producing our exceptional line of products, we are committed to going the extra mile. It is our commitment to you. Join the CBD evolution. Ask your local natural health retailer about Plus CBD oil products by CV Sciences today. Follow us on Facebook and learn more at pluscbdoil.com.
Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. And you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Flora, 100 years of herbal wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Okay, theory of mind. So this ingenious, science is... People typically don't think of scientists being creative, but they have to be. This was a very ingenious experiment to test this notion of theory of mind. Do apes have a theory of mind, this ability to understand the mental state of another? So in the experiment, I'll make it simple. What they did was they had these apes watch a movie, and in the movie there was this ape-like figure, person, who continues to hide and change the location of an object a number of times behind what they called the agent's back. So you have this other figure in the film. The ultimate aim of the experiment was to test whether the apes understood that the agent, who's being misled here, mistakenly believed the object was in the first location when in fact the ape-like human had moved it to another location. All right? Get this? So you got two figures in the film. You got the ape-like figure, and then you have the agent. The ape-like figure is hiding this object from the agent. Based on how long the apes rested on the location where the agent mistakenly thought the object would be, the researchers were able to infer that the apes correctly attributed the right mental state to the agent. That's... You could have sat up all night to try to figure out how would you test that. To me, this is interesting, and I report on it simply to indicate that we are interconnected, whether we like it or not. to this planet, to other life forms on the planet, and to the great apes. You can resist that idea, and I was telling Katie and Reggie off air that reporting on this kind of story, it offends some people. I understand that, but I'm reporting it, and I'm just telling you now. You can disagree with the whole idea of humans being connected to the great apes, but that story goes back six or more million years. And if you take a moment and go read and try to understand how that all unfolded, that narrative, and how we evolved, and from when, life as we know it, humans as us, that started on the African continent 6 million years ago. Okay? That's the theory of evolution. Creationism has a different narrative, and they compete, and I get that. But I shared that just to underscore that sometimes we dismiss these other life forms on the planet as inferior or somehow less than us, and I just don't think that that's a good idea. That's my view. And there's another story that was trending in the New York Times about what apes can teach us about our heart health. Yet another ape story. I didn't, it was just a coincidence. And in the story, they talk about how, in general, mammalian hearts are malleable and that they change in response to demands. And so the writer of the article, they talks about it. He wrote another piece talking about all this, about the hearts of elite swimmers and runners and all of that, and how our heart is able to adapt and adjust to the stress and strain of some event, which is remarkable, right? It's evolution again in play. This new study was published in a very prestigious journal called PNAS. Long title, I won't save you this. I'll spare you the long name. And they were from Harvard University, and they took a look at the inner workings of human hearts and those of our closest primate cousins, which are the chimpanzees and the gorillas. And the chimps and gorillas, whether in the wild or in the zoos, rarely run or even walk that much. I don't know if you knew that or not. So they are strength and power athletes. Their ability to grab and hold on, they're powerful. Humans, on the other hand, tend to be built for endurance and frequent moderate physical activity. So we're a little different. These chimps and gorillas are mightily powerful, but they're just not aerobically as inclined as we are. However, our hearts don't fossilize. Dr. Lieberman, who was involved in this story, said. So the best way to learn about the evolution would be not through the excavation, but through a comparison of our organs with those of our nearest cousins. And they did that. And so, long story short, what they figured out was the structure of the heart, our heart, and those of our cousins, if you will. There is some comparison there that would suggest we can learn a lot from examining their hearts to learn more about our hearts. But there were differences also. So at the end of the day, again, my point is this. I won't get into all the details of the comparison and the contrast. The point is we can learn much about ourselves by looking to other species. And in this case, the chimps and the gorillas. So there was two stories there that try to underscore this point. And one of the things that has got us into a lot of trouble as a species, as a collection of humans, is that we always, we tend to think of ourselves as above and beyond these other organisms on the planet. And I think that's a mistake and has led to the planet getting into a lot of trouble because we're showing too much disregard for these other life forms on the planet. And if we were more connected to the idea, in theory, if we were more connected to the idea that we're connected to these other life forms, perhaps we would be more careful about the way we treat their environments and what we're doing. We're destroying. When you look at the Amazon, the forest, and what we're doing there, it's shameful. Destroying hundreds and thousands of acres, and that's a mistake. And to me, that all of these kinds of things, the way we're polluting the waters, the way we're polluting the air and the soil, it's just a disregard for all other life forms, not just the planet, the rock itself, but what's on the rock. So that's my point, and that's the only point I'm trying to make. It's a little different from what I typically present on the show, but I wanted to make that point. And given what's going on with climate change and what the state of the planet, we are headed, we're on this high-speeding bullet train to disaster if we don't get our act together. All I'm saying, that's all I'm saying. 877-897-8255. That's a little heady for today's show, but sometimes you have to deal with these difficult issues. We'll be back. We're looking for Charlotte Trask. We'll see if we can find her.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is not addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace for a good night's rest naturally.
Everybody knows that it's easier said than done to take charge of your health. Now taking charge of your health has been made a little easier with Ancient Nutrition. Ancient Nutrition's whole food nutritional products provide ancient nutrients in a modern, convenient form to power the body and mind while restoring health, strength, and vitality comparable to that of our ancient ancestors. Among their healthy nutrition supplements, Ancient Nutrition offers a line of bone broth protein powders formulated for high performance. Bone broth is a breakthrough in protein supplementation. It delivers the benefits of homemade bone broth in a convenient, easy-to-mix form. Try all 8 delicious flavors: dark chocolate, banana cream, cinnamon apple, salted caramel, pumpkin spice, s'mores, coffee, and French vanilla. Ancient Nutrition products are sold in fine health stores across the country. Visit ancientnutrition.com to learn more about Ancient Nutrition for a modern world. That's ancientnutrition.com.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new: agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
The show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Natural Factors, where great health begins. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Flora, 100 years of herbal wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition, on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thank you for having the patience to follow that reporting I was doing on two different stories related to apes and chimpanzees. And the point, what I was trying to make is that we are connected to other creatures on this planet, them and those creatures in particular. And I just put a button on this for you. These are facts. I'm not making it up, and just to help underscore what I was trying to say. First of all, African chimpanzees are an endangered species. I don't know if you know that or not. But there's a lot of similarities between us and them. For example, chimps struggle for status. They're able to vocalize. They communicate. They even play politics. They use subterfuge. They demonstrate aggression. They reject outsiders. They groom and support each other. They even betray each other. They resort to violence or sexual bribery to get their way. Sound familiar? Chimps also display awareness of self, an ability to reason and grasp of numbers. Chimps are opportunistic omnivores. So are we. They also make and use tools for gain, and groups of chimpanzee in the wild are able to separate traditions, practices, and ways of doing things, and so on. In other words, chimps have culture, and chimps and humans have a genetic kinship so close that share almost 99% of their DNA. What I just shared with you, I'm going to give attribution. If you go to a website called theguardian.com, The Untold Story of Evolution, that's from where I just reported that, and I'm giving that site attribution. I don't want to plagiarize, but you get my point. And it's interesting to me. I find it intriguing. You say, well, what does this have to do with the health talk show? It has plenty to do, because our health, part of health is being connected to others, being connected to not only humans, but being connected to the planet itself and what occupies it. It means a lot to us. It does contribute to our wellness, which is different from health, and then there's well-being. We know that when people are isolated, when they live in when they're so compartmentalized that they're disconnected from everything else, they don't do well. They just don't, both psychologically and emotionally and physically. So, I know there's biology and chemistry and physiology and anatomy and all of that, and all of that, and I talk about all of that on the show. But again, I don't want us to lose our way and think that that's all it is. There's one other thing I'd like to share with you. I keep telling you this is an international show, and Katie shared some information with me about our podcast. Could you share that again with me on air?
Yes. Okay. So this was very cool. I've been digging deeply into our podcast numbers, and I found something called geolocation. So I clicked on it today, and it turns out a huge portion, well, not a huge portion, but 19% is a huge portion of our listening audience listens in Australia.
Australia.
I thought that was
There's some
cool.
other places too, right?
Yep. Australia. Under that, 3% is New Zealand. 2.86% of our listening audience, at least on the podcast, is United Kingdom. We have 1% in Germany, 1% in Canada. We have a lot of guests in Canada too, so it really surprises me that a lot of our listening audience isn't in Canada. 14.9%, I'm sorry, not 19%. 14.9% of our audience is in Australia. It even tells me Mango Hill, Australia.
It's amazing. Yeah. So I keep saying that the show is international and global, and it is. And that's just on the podcast. On the stream, it's even more pronounced. We get into other places on the globe. Just want to let you know that, again, I am about finding connection to get interconnected with others. To me, that means a lot. Let's go to Cornelia, Georgia. Randy, thank you for calling today. And by the way, thank you for all your emails that you send me with all that information. That's amazing that you have such a library of information. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'd like to continue your discussion on our relation to earlier species. I don't know if you're familiar with the biochemist Roger Williams. He discovered pantothenic acid.
No, I'm not familiar with him, but I'm familiar with pantothenic acid. Go ahead.
Yeah, he discovered that. He named folic acid, but he said another researcher told him to quit wasting his time studying yeast and to start doing animal studies. And he told the other researcher that more has been learned about biochemistry by studying yeast than by studying all the animal studies combined.
That's a great point. Explain to the audience what the connection is between yeast and pantothenic acid.
Yeah, because I'm confused.
Okay, he'll tell you.
Well, pantothenic acid is just one of the B vitamins, but a lot of your B vitamin studies were originally done in yeast, studying the Krebs citric acid cycle.
Yeah, the Krebs cycle, or the tricarboxylic acid cycle. It's also called the citric acid cycle. It has 3 different names. Go ahead.
On your glycolysis cycle, your breakdown of sugar, that was all done in yeast.
So that's the point. So glycolysis.
Those are the same reactions that occur in us.
Exactly. Glycolysis, gluconeogenesis. All these different processes, metabolic processes occur in us, but they studied these in other organisms, right, Randy?
Yeah, they studied it in yeast, and yeast goes back hundreds of millions of years.
So you see, Katie, the point he's trying to make?
Yeah, that makes sense. I would never connect the two.
Yeah, so in other words, we learned about the B vitamins, for example, by studying yeast, of all things. And, that wasn't done in humans, that was done in yeast. And these researchers who discovered these compounds, in fact, this one course I'm taking, Randy, right now is called Vitamins and Minerals. It sounds like it sounds like a touchy-feely course. It's probably one of the hardest courses I've taken. It's really complicated. So I so much appreciate. Let me just ask you, what did you do? I don't know if you're still working, but what did you do as a profession in your life?
I worked at, my last job was with the USDA FSIS, the Food Safety Inspection.
No wonder you know so much about this stuff. I was wondering, I said, my God, this guy's got a live. It's amazing how much information you have, man.
I studied pre-med at the University of Michigan, and I took a biochemistry class in their medical school there.
Yeah, okay, so I get it.
Worked at Dow Chemical Company for a while, too. So.
All right. May I ask how old you are?
67.
You're 67. You're a young guy. You're doing great. Again, thank you for your insight, your information, and calling the show. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Are you tired of being tired? So was Amanda until she tried Floridix Iron and Herbs. You can probably relate. Between juggling her job and family, she was constantly exhausted. She put off going to the gym, and making her dinner every night seemed like a heroic task. Then she found out she had the most common nutritional deficiency in the U.S., iron deficiency. Amanda turned to Floridix, an easily absorbed plant-based liquid iron supplement. For over 60 years, Floridix has been helping reduce exhaustion and fatigue caused by iron deficiency. This formula is easy on the digestive tract and free of artificial colors and flavors. It even has vitamins B and C for enhanced absorption. No wonder it's the best-selling iron supplement in North America. FloraVital provides all the same benefits as Floridix, but without gluten or yeast. Reclaim your energy with Floridix and FloraVital, available at your local health food store. For more information, visit florahealth.com/Floridix. florahealth.com/Floridix.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show,
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in. I was telling Reggie and Katie off air after that last block, ending of that first hour, that the audience, there are people in the audience that are so well informed and so smart about science, about nutrition and medical matters, and and all things related. And I just, I have a lot of faults. One of them is I am not ever pushed away or intimidated by people who may know more, who may be smart, even smarter. I gravitate to those people, and having them in the audience is a blessing. And like Randy, for example, in Cornelia, Georgia, he sends me information all the time about the things I talk about on the show. He has a remarkable library of information, and he got what I was trying to, the point maybe I did it so clumsily, rhetorically clumsily, in the first hour, where I was trying to make the point that we're connected to other organisms on this planet. And he called in and he said, we've learned a lot about the B vitamins, and he's absolutely 100% right. I even learned this in my course from studying yeast, yeah, of all things, not humans, and biochemistry. We've learned a lot about human biochemistry by studying these other organisms, and that's exactly the point I was trying to make, and it's a point worth making because it moderates our sometimes our arrogant behavior. And, this elitist behavior and a mindset that humans can adopt, and has gotten us into trouble. It's put the planet in trouble. At least that's my opinion. And so it's a point worth making because the health of the planet and our health as individuals are inextricably, undeniably connected. You don't have to go to Harvard or be as well trained and as smart as Randy and others to know that. And, on this show, I'm just a messenger and just trying to, and I rely on the guests and people such as Randy and others in the audience to inform me and to inform you and to share that information, not just information, but insight. I'm only a sample of one. Multiple IQs are typically better than one IQ, typically. So that's my approach and that's my intention. So that you understand where I'm coming from, and we are connected globally. And there, and I tell the crew all the time, you just never know who's listening or watching the show. You never know, and to me, that's one of the fun things about the show, because there's so many people out there, and it's a community of people that share something in common. He's listening to this show, or the others and listening and watching because they have an interest in the topic. And I can't, although I take a Renaissance approach, I can't know everything. So I got to depend on others to help me out. And I'm good with that. I don't find that intimidating whatsoever, or some statement about me. It's not about me anyway. So you get what I'm trying to say? You do. I think it's important to express that so people understand what the intention here is. This is it is a talk show. It is a health talk show. And that talking to others is what it's all about. So that's why we love it when you call, and here's how you can make the contact.
Give us a call at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. You can also email Dr. Garko personally. It's drgarko@letstalknutrition.com. And on letstalknutrition.com, all of our past shows are sorted there. They're sorted by date and title. We're live on Facebook now. If you search Let's Talk Nutrition, make sure to like and subscribe to us on Facebook. You can follow, I guess it's kind of follow on Facebook, not really subscribe, but you'll get the point when you get to our page. Our live stream is there and on YouTube, and you can subscribe to us on YouTube. We're also on Instagram. I've been posting a lot of stuff on Instagram. It's at Let's Talk Nutrition. And you can find us on the iHeartRadio app and wherever you listen to your podcast for the most part. We're at over 64,000 plays.
So when Randy called, you know, he alluded to the, he didn't allude, he mentioned directly glycolysis. All right, so I'll try to do this in a non-technical way because this comes up. It's always operating in this show one way or another. And it's the idea of cellular respiration. You say, well, what is that? What it is, in a word, is all the metabolic reactions and all these processes that take place in your cells that will convert this biochemical energy that you get out of the food that you're eating into this primary energy currency of the body called ATP. No ATP, you die. I say that a million times. It's about the ATP. If your body can't convert these nutrients, biochemical energy nutrients, into ATP, you're done. You're out of business. To blink your eye, you need ATP. To lift a 50-pound weight, you need ATP. You need ATP to run all these processes in your body. And so when people are feeling lousy and crappy, and they don't have any energy, there's a lot of reasons for that, which we get into on the show. So this whole idea of, I say cellular respiration, so that's what that is. But respiration is one of the key ways a cell will release the chemical energy to fuel all the cellular activity in your body. And there's so much going on biochemically in your body. And cellular respiration is made up of a number of different processes. One is called glycolysis. That's the first stage of cellular respiration. And then you have, and Randy mentioned it, the Krebs cycle. It's also known as the tricarboxylic acid cycle. It's also known as the citric acid cycle. Krebs was a person, that's how it got its name. And then citric acid, because citric acid is involved in one of the steps of the Krebs cycle. Then that's the second stage. The third stage is what is called the electron transport chain, but it's really the overarching idea is oxidative phosphorylation. That's the third electron transport chain. The ETC is part of oxidation phosphorylation. That's where a lot of energy is created. So how much ATP is formed from just one molecule of glucose? And it has a range. It's anywhere between, at least what my professors have taught me, anywhere between 32 to 38 ATP are formed just from 1 mole of glucose. So when people keep talking about, I'm not going to eat carbohydrate. Really? Let me give you a clue. Most of the glucose that you can get will come from carbohydrate. And what I just explained to you was the conversion of glucose. Now you have into ATP, ultimately, through these metabolic processes. But you have other processes that if you don't have any glucose, they can use fat, for example, or protein to make ATP, right? And so you have all those other processes. Like there's a process called gluconeogenesis. What is that? That's when you can make glucose from non-carbohydrate sources. All right? So you get my point here that what goes on when we have these, when I talk to you on the show, all the stuff is sort of underneath, never really bubbles up to the surface unless I I expose it and talk about it this way. So that's the whole idea. When Randy was referring to the biochemistry and all these processes, that's what it's about. At the end of the day, this is what's going on in your body, in every cell of your body, in the different tissues and organ systems of your body. It's a remarkable, it's miraculous to me how that all comes together. And there's even more I could tell you, but I don't want to get too tedious. LTN, coast to coast and globally. Ridgecrest Herbal's original Clear Lung supplement has been the #1 selling natural product for lung health since 1998. Clear Lung's formula is a synergistic blend of Chinese herbs that helps maintain open airways and balanced mucus levels. It combines the healing properties of 13 perfectly balanced herbs that have been used in traditional Chinese medicine for over 2,000 years. Need extra help? Try Ridgecrest Herbal's Clear Lung's Extra Strength with twice the herbs and Ridgecrest Herbal's patented Avail-Blend formula designed to support the bioavailability of the original 13 herbs. Got a picky kid who doesn't like pills? Clear Lung's liquid is safe for children and has a naturally sweet orange flavoring. And don't forget to check out Clear Lung's Immune and Clear Lung's Sport. Visit rcherbals.com or call 1-800-242-4649 and mention this ad to order the right Clear Lungs product for you. That's 1-800-242-4649.
Is getting a good night's sleep a challenge? Fortunately, there's a superior fast-acting sleep formula called Tranquil Sleep from Natural Factors. This non-habit-forming supplement contains a unique combination of melatonin, 5-HTP, and L-theanine, which works in harmony with your body's natural sleep hormones. Tranquil Sleep can help you fall asleep, stay asleep, sleep sounder, and wake up refreshed, all without feeling drowsy in the morning. The key benefit comes from increasing the time spent in the deeper stages of sleep. It's only in these deeper levels of sleep that we truly experience the rejuvenation, regeneration, and recuperation that sleep provides. Even if you think you get a good night's sleep, give Tranquil Sleep a try. You might be surprised with how much better you've slept by waking up with more energy and enthusiasm to start your day. Learn more at naturalfactors.com.
Information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Ridgecrest Herbals, take your health to a higher elevation. Ancient Nutrition, nutrition for a modern world. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarro Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in today. Great to be with you, as always. Always so much going on to pick and choose what to report on and to find those things that, can be meaningful at the end of the day. Can't talk about everything. So in the first hour, you go back, everything's archived. We have so many videos and audio recordings, and we have our podcast, and Katie always explains all that stuff. And we're trying to keep growing the show. We're learning more demographically. She shared with me today and I'm glad she did it, and that's why she was hired, by the way. I knew she would pull through. Told me that we have about 14% on that podcast that they're downloading the show are in Australia.
I guess just listening, downloading, however they're doing it. They come from Australia. The city, I've never even, I guess, I don't know how it works there, if they're city, states.
That could be a, like a terminal.
Yeah, that's true.
Where everything is funneled through. That's what happens on the stream. Like, I saw one day that we were in Tokyo.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And so you have these terminals where everything is channeled to that one terminal, and that's where they pick up all the data. But it may not be exactly in Tokyo. It could be some surrounding area, but that's how that works. And so we have an international audience, and that I'm really proud of that. This show started 15 years ago. It was broadcasted only in Tampa Bay. That was it. And now we're, as far as what do I know? We could be in Timbuktu. There is such a place. There is. or Tahiti, for all I know. Who knows? And it's great to do that. It really jazzes me, because I know that people around the world are connected to something, and we're all interconnected. And that brings me great pleasure. And I'm proud of the crew and everybody that works on the show to make all that happen. So the game has stepped up around here with the new crew, and that's good. It's all good. All good. I was telling you about Johnson & Johnson. They got rung up for an $8 billion verdict. They apparently misrepresented the drug to physicians, and in the marketing it was misrepresented. And at the time, there was this boy, he was 9 years old, and he took the drug because he had autism. It's an antipsychotic drug, and he developed breasts. And Johnson & Johnson wasn't clear about that, and dishonest, I guess. That's what the jury said. And they rung him up for an $8 billion punitive damage. $8 billion. But be mindful. How much did I say they made?
82? Was it 82?
$82 billion. So, they'll be okay.
Oh.
But they'll appeal that. It'll probably be toned down a bit. That's a lot of money. I just don't know. That typically is what happens. But there's some other stories trending. I saw a story about suicides on college campuses is on the rise. I find that, I spent a good portion of my career teaching in the university as a professor. And, the students are under a lot of pressure and stress. They are. I know they think, college is all fun and games. There's a lot of stress there. There's a lot of pressure to perform. You got parents paying a lot of money for these kids to go to school, and they expect them to perform. And some of these kids, they're not prepared for that. I saw it all the time. You see it during test time, midterms and finals. It's palpable. The tension is palpable. And I always tried to make the students feel relaxed. Some professors, were on power trips and exploited that. I always would tell the students, your failure is my failure. Your success is also my success. You're in it together. So failing students is no picnic. It could speak to your incompetence as a teacher too, although they have responsibility. But I'm disturbed by this story. Stanford University, apparently, the headline on the story was Rising Suicide Rates at College Campuses Prompt Concerns Over Mental Health Care. Wow. Stanford University, they report in the story from ABC News, has agreed to change its involuntary leave of absence policy, mental health staffing and training to better accommodate students facing mental illness crises, including those who have been hospitalized following a suicide attempt. Oh, my. The decision is the result, they said, of a settlement agreement with a group of students who filed a class action lawsuit. I didn't know this. To reform allegedly discriminatory policies affecting students in mental health crises. In this country, we still don't get it. Somehow we want to stigmatize people with mental disabilities and mental health issues. I don't understand that. I mean, the mental pain, psychological pain is just as difficult as physical pain. And just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And you can't see physical pain either, other than the anguish on somebody's face. But look at the anguish on somebody's face from psychological pain. Look at how their life can unravel and unroll in front of you. So suicide rates continue to increase across all age groups in the United States. But the rising youth suicide epidemic has really caught people's attention and has progressively increased since the 1950s. This is a long unfolding pattern. I mean, when are we going to catch on here? Suicide, I don't know if you know this or not, is the 10th leading cause of death across the U.S. population. It's second most among college-age students. Now, we need to be aware of that, and we need to do something about that. These students can be in peril. It's our responsibility to make sure that that doesn't happen to them.
Have you experienced the wisdom of nature with Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter? Zyflamend is a 10-herb blend that delivers 3 health benefits. First, Zyflamend is an herbal approach to pain relief, helping to soothe minor pain or soreness. Second, Zyflamend is a joint supplement with time-tested herbs to support joint function and flexibility. And the third benefit, Zyflamend supports the body's healthy inflammation response, something that's essential for maintaining whole body health. Zyflamend is New Chapter's clinically tested blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, ginger, and green tea. Zyflamend is non-GMO, project verified, gluten-free, and 100% vegetarian. New Chapter is a leader in supplement quality. Every ingredient, every product, every time. Discover Zyflamend, New Chapter's #1 selling multi-herbal. Zyflamend is made with ginger for occasional pain relief after exercise. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Dr. Michael Garka, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Michael Garca, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. And you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garca, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garca, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Flora, 100 years of herbal wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garco.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. We are coast to coast and we are global. Thanks for tuning in today. So I never tell the crew what I'm going to do because I want their spontaneous. I don't tell them some of the stories I'm going to do because I want to get their just unvarnished response and to questions I may ask them on air. For example, here's a little quiz. If you think about the office space, think about an office.
Okay.
And think about the air quality in an office.
All right.
What do you think accounts for the greatest pollutants of office air? What do you think in this building?
Kitchen.
But think about the office. Think about where the sales department is, for example. Okay. All right, that's an office space. There's a lot of people that work over there, right?
Yeah.
Quite a few. And it's a big space. You have others, throughout the country, there's, thousands, tens of thousands of office spaces. What do you think in terms of air quality is the source of the greatest source of pollutants for the air in an office space?
The computers?
What do you think? That's a good guess. What do you think? Come on.
I have no idea, actually.
You have no idea?
I have no
okay.
idea.
If I said to you, the people in the office itself, would that surprise you?
No,
and if I said to you that their breath is a source of many of the pollutants in the office space, would that surprise you even more?
It just grosses me out.
Right,
it grosses you out. Well, this is interesting.
Never going over to the sales side of this.
Ever, right. Yeah. Just going to avoid it.
we are concerned about air pollution. We're concerned about air pollution in the outside environment. We're also concerned about air pollution in inside environments, if you will. Classrooms, office spaces, hospital spaces, whatever. And exposed to polluted air, we know that the research tells us it's connected with all sorts of chronic diseases, lung cancer, heart disease, and so on. So when we think typically of air pollution, we think primarily of the air we breathe. Like in a metropolitan city, sitting in traffic, all those toxic fumes coming out of the exhaust of automobiles, that comes to mind, right? But in the U.S. and in other parts of the world, people spend quite a bit of their time, maybe most of their time, 40 hours per week, in an office space, in an office environment. The quality of air in that environment can play a big role in whether or not individuals, at least in theory, will experience good health. And one question was posed, I'm giving Medical News Today attribution here for the story. They posed the question, how can we tell if office air quality is really of good quality? Is it adequate? And what are the greatest pollutants of office air? Turns out it's humans. Here's a quote from one of the co-authors in the study, Brandon Boer. If we want to provide better quality for office workers to improve their productivity, it is important first to understand what's in the air, what factors influence the emissions and removal of the pollutants. Turns out, in the study, they found that humans, they used an in vivo study. It was an in vivo laboratory study using mice. They found out that they were able to extrapolate the data, and they found out that humans are a dominant source of pollutants. The chemistry of indoor air is, to say the least, dynamic, and it changes throughout the course of the day based on outdoor conditions, also the ventilation system on how it's working in the building, and the people in the space, Dr. Boer explained. So Dr. Boer and his colleagues set up this complex sensor system in this shared space at the living labs at Purdue University's laboratories. And the researchers even added temperature sensors to desk chairs to find out exactly when they were occupied and how much human presence may affect the quality in an indoor environment. I mean, they went through a lot of technological care here to try to collect these data. They used a highly specialized device called a proton transfer reaction time of flight mass spectrometer. My God, I never knew what that was. Nevertheless, that's what they used. The preliminary results suggest that humans are the dominant source of volatile organic compounds in an office space, Dr. Boer noted. He said, we found levels of many compounds to be 10 to 20 times higher in indoors rather than outdoors. If an office space is not properly ventilated, he said, these volatile compounds will adversely affect the people in the space, their health and their productivity.
If I was going to say anything, I would have said mold.
Well, you're right. Mold is an issue. That's a good guess. That's an excellent guess. But it's the humans themselves that even more so maybe than the mold. I don't know. But nevertheless, he went on to talk about another pollutant called ozone that comes from the outside. And the researchers explained that once it enters an office environment, it can become even more harmful because it's contained. The ozone interacts with these things called monoterpenes. I won't get into the technical part of that, but there are a class of compounds present in abundance, for example, in the peel of oranges and other citrus fruits. Through this interaction, ozone mixes with these monoterpenes, forming different particles so small that they're able to get through and get stuck in deep within lung tissue, that can render a threat to health. You know, think about these things. That's what these researchers are doing. I mean, this never came to my mind to get that detailed on it. But this is what you learn from these studies. So the ventilation system in an office space is critical. Think about an airplane. The ventilation, back in the day, they were terrible. And people smoked on those planes. And you had the flight attendants and the pilots and the crews working those planes in those chambers, if you will, all day long. You don't think that their health was affected by that? 100%, full stop. Full stop. And so are the passengers. And you have people flying on these things all the time. It's much better today. But again, that's a practical matter. And sometimes you can tell when it doesn't even smell right. And sometimes you walk into a space, you can tell there's something wrong. It's probably, it could be mold, it could be poor ventilation, it could be a combination of things. So these are the things that we get exposed to that sometimes are out of our awareness, that we're not even cognizant of. But yet another thing to worry about, right? Office space air. The office space that we have here at iHeart is huge. And, we have this, the building is kept. We have a guy that takes care of it, David. He's amazing. Keeps this place spick and span, man. Thank God. LTN Coast to Coast and globally. We'll have the LTN Health Question of the day. We'll come back.
Want to get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult? Try PGX from Natural Factors. This revolutionary product is clinically shown to help people achieve their ideal body weight in a safe, natural way. PGX helps you feel full for hours, dramatically reduces the glycemic index of any food or meal, and ultimately causes the release of the compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. 1, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and 2, improving the action of the hormone insulin. As medical doctor Mark Hyman said in his best-selling book, Eat Fat, Get Thin, if you choose to use only one supplement, PGX is the most important. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, you need the tremendous support of PGX from Natural Factors. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, visit pgx.com.
Have you experienced the wisdom of nature with Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter? Zyflamend is a 10-herb blend that delivers 3 health benefits. First, Zyflamend is an herbal approach to pain relief, helping to soothe minor pain or soreness. Second, Zyflamend is a joint supplement with time-tested herbs to support joint function and flexibility. And the third benefit, Zyflamend supports the body's healthy inflammation response, something that's essential for maintaining whole body health. Zyflamend is New Chapter's clinically tested blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, ginger, and green tea. Zyflamend is non-GMO, project verified, gluten-free, and 100% vegetarian. New Chapter is a leader in supplement quality. Every ingredient, every product, every time. Discover Zyflamend, New Chapter's #1 selling multi-herbal. Zyflamend is made with ginger for occasional pain relief after exercise. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Everybody knows that it's easier said than done to take charge of your health. Now taking charge of your health has been made a little easier with Ancient Nutrition. Ancient Nutrition's whole food nutritional products provide ancient nutrients in a modern, convenient form to power the body and mind while restoring health, strength, and vitality comparable to that of our ancient ancestors. Among their healthy nutrition supplements, Ancient Nutrition offers a line of bone broth protein powders formulated for high performance. Bone broth is a breakthrough in protein supplementation. It delivers the benefits of homemade bone broth in a convenient, easy-to-mix form. Try all 8 delicious flavors: dark chocolate, banana cream, cinnamon apple, salted caramel, pumpkin spice, s'mores, coffee, and French vanilla. Ancient Nutrition products are sold in fine health stores across the country. Visit ancientnutrition.com to learn more about Ancient Nutrition for a modern world. That's ancientnutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Natural Factors, where great health begins. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Flora, 100 years of herbal wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition, on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. I have a health question for you today, as we always do. It dealt with a story about this drug called Risperdal. It's an antipsychotic drug. It's sometimes given to children who suffer from autism. It turns out that Johnson & Johnson, one of its subsidiaries, that is, was responsible for the manufacture of the drug, its marketing and distribution, I guess. And apparently, there wasn't enough transparency in the information given to doctors about the drug, and the marketing was misleading, apparently, and not transparent enough. It turns out that there is an inherent risk in a side effect with the drug, in that boys, for example, young boys who would take the drug, suffering from autism, let's say, like this one plaintiff did, he was 9, he took the drug and then developed breasts from taking the drug. And the doctors were not informed about that, apparently enough, or maybe not even informed. I don't know exactly the facts. And the marketing didn't reveal that either. All end of story is that Johnson & Johnson gets sued by this boy who now has grown up. This was back in 2003. He was 9 at the time. And so he sued him. And he won. He won compensatory damages, about $600,000 and some change. And then Johnson & Johnson, they went back to court. There's another part that's called punitive damages. The jury decided to award this now young man a certain amount of money in terms of punitive damages against Johnson & Johnson. How much was that? Was it $8 million or $8 billion? What was the punitive damage award in this lawsuit against Johnson & Johnson subsidiary? $8 million or $8 billion?
I'll never forget it.
I'm sorry. There's a clue. Here's the number to call.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
Yeah, you can't make it up. So it's all good. At the end of the day, I suppose, juries, I don't know, man. Sometimes they just don't have a lot of patience for these kinds of things. There's another hint. Now, speaking of drugs, I'm not against pharmaceuticals at all. They do have side effects. As I often say to you, if you were to ban pharmaceutical drugs tomorrow, could not get them, people would be dying left and right. I'm just telling you, notwithstanding the side effects. Turns out there's an existing blood thinner, according to this new study, that may delay Alzheimer's disease. Again, it was an in vivo laboratory study with mice. This is how this often begins, and then they move from these laboratory studies to human trials. But this existing blood thinner used to prevent the formation of clots, which can, reduce the risk of stroke in people, might delay, they said, the development of Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's, of course, is the most common form of dementia. It's a dreadful, dreadful disease. It's a neurodegenerative condition. And there are some treatments that can help people with Alzheimer's. They're making some progress here to at least manage the symptoms. So researchers, again, across the globe are working to figure this out, and they work in relative obscurity. But there's a team of researchers, Spanish investigators out of Madrid and the Rockefeller University in New York City. They were involved as a team in trying to know if this anticoagulant to prevent blood clots could slow the onset of Alzheimer's disease symptoms in this mouse model. In the new paper, which appears in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, the researchers explained that just 1 year of treatment with this drug resulted in no memory loss and no reduction in cerebral flow in a mouse model of the disease. Now, how they measure memory in the mice, I'm not quite sure what they do with that. Maybe how the mice recalls a certain pattern, how to get stimulated and get a food. I don't know what they did. I don't have the details on that. But in the current studies, the researchers worked with female mice that had been bioengineered to develop Alzheimer-like symptoms. So they created within the mice this propensity to eventually get Alzheimer's. They gave them the drug, and then they had a control group. The control group doesn't get the treatment. And what they found was, at the end of the day, a significant reduction in typical biological markers of Alzheimer's disease in the mice that received the drug. Those markers did not appear in the control group, of course. The mice had almost a 24% reduction in the extent of amyloid plaques, which are one of the classic. It's a classic sign, a hallmark of Alzheimer's. It's a buildup of these toxic protein. The researchers also found a 31% reduction in aggressive immune brain cells called phagocytic microglia, and a 32% reduction in infiltrated T cells, another type of immune cell. This is good news. So here you have a drug designed to treat, one thing, ends up conferring a benefit in another way. So before one gets all enthusiastic about banning all drugs, you have this side of the story. Just wanted to share that with you. Let's go to Tampa. Dahlia. Dahlia, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on.
I'm sorry?
How are you? How you doing? You doing all right?
I just stuck a piece of bread in my mouth. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm doing fine.
Hopefully you're not eating a burger while you're talking to me on the phone. Oh, it's chocolate cake, you say? No.
Oh, my favorite, yeah.
What? So how much did Johnson & Johnson give Rock up for in punitive damages? $8 million or $8 billion?
I'm going to say $8 billion.
Yeah, $8 billion. Don't worry, they're going to be okay. They only made 90. What was that?
82
billion last year. It's okay. They'll be all right. Don't worry about it. Congratulations, you won a $25 supplement gift card. Thank you for tuning in today. Your health is your wealth. Love you.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves nationwide. Hemp-derived cannabidiol, or CBD, has been receiving a lot of attention for its tremendous promise on human health. Plus, CBD Oil by CV Sciences is the trusted brand setting the standards in this newly emerging category of plant-based extracts, offering a variety of hemp-derived CBD oil products that you can count on. In order to make the highest quality CBD oil products available, it is important to manage every step of the supply chain process, from seed to shelf. That's why, from harvesting our EU-certified hemp seeds, to laboratory testing for quality and safety, to producing our exceptional line of products, we are committed to going the extra mile. It is our commitment to you. Join the CBD evolution. Ask your local natural health retailer about Plus CBD oil products by CV Sciences today. Follow us on Facebook and learn more at pluscbdoil.com.
Celsius is a fitness drink which is clinically proven to function. How? As a thermogenic, Celsius proprietary MetaPlus blend accelerates metabolism, increasing your body's ability to burn fat and calories. There are only two ways a body burns fat: through increased heart rate and our increased body temperature, thermogenesis. Drinking Celsius and then going into motion is double dipping. You're accelerating the burn and the results are even faster. Celsius is your ultimate fitness partner.